So there is a new divorce law in Missouri that has women outraged. And we need to examine this today just to see if their outrage is justified or is this just some stupid stuff again that they're outraged for nothing like normal. So before we get too far into the video, just remind you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video, like the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the ways you can support are in the description below. So let's look into this, man. Let's go into this. So pregnant women can't get divorced in Missouri. Interesting law, right? You never would have thought some legislative, political figure would come up with something like this or be sitting around thinking about something like this, right? But let's look into it because this was going viral earlier this week. So, Democrats in Missouri are attempting to overturn a decades old law that bans women from getting divorced while they're pregnant. In 1973, Missouri statute has refused to allow any divorce to be finalized while the wife is carrying a fetus. So that questions of custody and child support can be decided before the couple fully split. Interesting, right? Also, you might need to determine the paternity because you might be fathering a child that's not your child. So it seems to make some sort of sense, right? So now Ashley Anoon, if that's her name, a Missouri state representative, has introduced legislation that will overturn the ban, according to Fox for Kansas City. It doesn't make sense in 2024. This is what your politicians are looking for. This is what women in the Democratic Party are sitting around looking for. Their feminist tendencies, their liberal ideologies are not worried about the country. They're worried about their selfish, narcissistic desires. And this is the stuff that they're worried about. First of all, can you guys let me go back on this live stream. Can you guys tell me why the hell would you want to get divorced when you're pregnant? Didn't you vet the guy properly? Didn't you intend to stay with the guy that you slept with? Why did you let it get to the pregnancy? Like, this doesn't make any sense. You, first of all, you got married to an individual, and then all of a sudden you want to say so to divorce while you're pregnant. See, what women don't understand, what they're exposing about themselves is there. Why would you even be thinking about divorcing somebody when you're pregnant? See, these women have ulterior motives because why would they be fighting so hard to do this? A traditional woman has no problem with this. You know why she didn't have a problem with this law? Because whenever she gets pregnant, she plans on sticking with the guy or having the baby and then figuring out what her next move is going to be, recover from her traumatic experience because pregnancy, her body has to heal. Why would you put that kind of stress on yourself in the middle of a pregnancy filing for a divorce? This is where women's mindset is when it comes to marriage nowadays. It just doesn't, it's hard to trust them. I'm just being honest with you guys. I can't, better you guys than me. So it was so demoralizing for her to hear that. She had no options. See, what they're not telling you is you can still file for divorce. You just have to wait until after the fetus is delivered. Like, you can still file for divorce. It's not like, oh, you got pregnant and now you can't divorce at all. You just have to prolong it another 6 months. Like, these individuals are delusional. Delusional. The Missouri Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence, a nonprofit based in Jefferson City, backed the new law, saying it literally saved lives. Oh my God. Yo, they act like this is a baby mama situation. You're in a marriage already. Didn't you vet the person right? Why would you get into a marriage with somebody that is sexually assaulting you and domestically abusing you? Why would you get into a long-term commitment? I don't believe women are that stupid. Yeah, are you telling me that women are that stupid? Abusive partners, said Chief Public Affairs Officer Matthew Huffman, frequently use reproductive coercion. Y'all, this is ridiculous right now. Reproductive coercion to control their partners, keeping them pregnant in order to prevent them from getting a divorce. First of all, I'm appalled, guys. I'm sorry. I'm appalled. So women are the gatekeepers to sex. She allows you to have sex. You didn't. The reason why she slept with you because she wanted to sleep with you. So you mean to tell me, because they're acting like this is the majority of married men that are purposely sexually, we're going to say SAing their wives to keep them from getting a divorce. Like, just look how stupid that sounds, right? You're never going to divorce me. I'm going to get you pregnant over. Like, she can't go get her tubes tied. Like, lack of accountability, the perception that they have of men today in this society, it's completely sickening. It's getting out of control. So, which was unknown. I really didn't say too much. Uh, Arkansas, California, and Texas reportedly have similar laws, while other states make it technically possible but realistically difficult to divorce while pregnant. Ms. Ayoun has previously criticized Missouri's Republican state legislative majority for passing a dress code that required women to cover their arms in the chamber. Oh man, this is what they're worried about, y'all. This is what your political officials are worried about. Not worried about immigration, not worried about, you know, inflation, none of that. Let's go to this next article. So this is how fast they flip flop, right? Because this is how much outrage was going on. Let me click off this dang ad. So A Missouri law forbids pregnant women from divorce. A proposed bill looks to change that. If I had the prices wrong, you know, sound effect, I would be hitting it right now. A bill aims to protect pregnant women who may be in domestic violence situations. Those domestic abuse can call natural domestic violence hotline. This is insane, guys. I can't get past the fact that a woman would get in marriage with a guy that would DA and SA her, right? And then they think so lowly of men that they think this occurs on a frequent basis, as much as their cognitive biases is telling them. It's just, so let's skim through this because I don't want to make this video too long. Controversial law in Missouri does not allow women to get pregnant. This legislation has been in place for 50 years, but now a push for Democratic state representatives to overturn it. Um, the state's law was initially meant to prevent what the courts consider the bastard lot the bastardization of a child. So what's the problem with that? Like, that seems to make sense to me. You don't want to have a bastard child, but today we live in a state where both political parties are far right or far left. So the whole concept of anything making sense is just completely out of the realm. The law was aimed at protecting families and basically made it illegal for pregnant couples to get divorced before the mother gives birth. So here she is, Noon sponsoring the bill. The bill would allow the court to enter a judgment of dissolution of marriage or legal separation if a person is pregnant. In layman terms, it would give a pregnant woman the ability to get a divorce finalized. Women are so caught up in playing the victim. Like, women that are actually been in domestic violence situations and, sexual assault situations, they don't oftentimes they get ignored. Oftentimes they don't say anything, which is messed up, very messed up. But then you have women on the other end of the spectrum that are just making up stuff, which, when the women that are actually going through situations voice their situation, they get ignored because so many women are fighting for stuff like this that doesn't happen frequently. Mm. They just stuck on this domestic violence situations. Like, oh man, they just think you're a domestic. They just think you guys are just idiots that just hit women at the first sign of notice. Just when she walks in, just pow. Like, the male hate in society today is ridiculous. So basically, they're playing the victim. Domestic violence advocate says the law gives abusers an advantage. Oh man. Now, I'm not, just for a disclaimer at the end of the video, I'm not saying these things aren't possible to happen. Yeah, you might mess up and get married too early and realize that the person is messed up, but it's not that big of a deal to make this big of an uproar as far as like the frequency in which it happens is not like that. Most of the people, all the people that I know that have been in marriages or whatnot, there wasn't a situation like that. not to discredit the few situations that do happen, because those are messed up. But how about we prevent it from happening by vetting properly? What happened to taking the vetting process serious? So I want you guys to comment your thoughts below. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with the law? Do you disagree with the law? Personally, the law is what it is. I think we're too focused on the wrong things. I could care less if, and to be truthfully honest, if she wants to get divorced, pregnant or not. I would hate for people to get into marriages and then you find out that you want to divorce somebody while you're pregnant. I just, anyway, that's my video. You guys like, comment, subscribe on the way out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.